How do you feel about your genmates, the other members of Nijisanji 11th Wave, Nijisanji EN 11th Wave, by the beat? I love every single one of them very, very much. And you know what? I love them all so much, I'm going to tell you a little bit about every single one of them individually. Really, really love about Sable is that he has a very enterprising mind. You know, he's a very individual thinker. He's got a lot of big ideas and plans for how to make those ideas happen. Honestly, he's going to be a monster. You're not ready for Sable. He's very, very clever. He's very, very inventive, very creative, and I really, really admire that about him. I also love how compassionate he is. This is a really big one for me. I think Rio mentioned during his debut that we actually did, in fact, go to Japan together before debut. We spent a week in Japan. Tragically, I fell ill day one. I got sick, and I spent half of the trip, more than half of the trip, quarantined in a hotel room. I couldn't do anything. I was stuck in my room. It was so sad. It was the most tragic timing ever. I was stuck in my room, so a bunch of our plans got canceled. I had a really wonderful first day in Japan. It was great. It was my first time traveling overseas. It was my first time traveling to a town that big as well. I say town, city, metropolis, actually, because I live in a very rural town, but yeah, it was humongous. It was fun. And then I spent the rest of it in bed. And the same day, I didn't even say anything to the others yet. I had only spoken to staff about it. I was like, hey, I'm really sick and I'm very sorry, but I can't do anything anymore. What do I do? What do we do? How do we fix this? I didn't say anything to them. Same day, Sable had prepared like this care package of food and drinks and something that really stuck with me. He went out of his way to get me a box of Darjeeling tea and a container of honey. And the reason that stuck with me is because months prior, when we were in training, just getting to know each other, I told him that when I'm sick, I really like to drink tea with honey and that it makes me feel better just because that's what my mom would give me when I was little. And he remembered that. And that just really stuck with me. He's very, very sweet. And even after that, the whole trip, he was very dedicated to like checking on me and making sure I was okay. And he would give me updates on what they did that day so I didn't feel left out. He's such a sweetheart. I love Sable. Mr. Friodor. Something I really love about him is that he's very, very considerate. He's very mindful. He's the most mindful of us all, ironically enough. I know I've made that like a tagline of sorts for me. He thinks about every single thing in any situation. He's the first one to come up with like, oh wait, I think this could be better. Or like, oh wait, wouldn't this be a problem? And I really, really, really appreciate that because I find that whenever I'm in a real-time like planning situation, for example, like we need to plan this collab or figure out this event or figure out the schedule for this, I'm always fine with everything when the meeting is happening. And then after the meeting's over, it's like I've got 10 billion questions that I forgot to ask because I didn't know about them yet. And I'm like, oh, wait, I should have said this. Rio says it on the spot every single time. Like he's always the first person to raise his hand. And I love that very, very much about him. It's helped me a lot so far. And that also extends to him just interpersonally, like in our just friendship, because he's very mindful of like, oh, would you mind this? Or would this be okay to do? Or, oh, I think this would be good for us because X, Y, and Z. And I just really, really appreciate that he's so thoughtful, you know, because I don't know. I especially appreciate it as someone who's, for better or worse, I can be a bit thoughtless sometimes. Things just slip right past me. It's like in one ear and out the other, and I just totally forget everything. So I really, really love and appreciate and admire anybody who is like the direct opposite. And I feel very like complimented by that, you know, complimented in the sense of like having a matching pair that works with each other's abilities. So I feel like he really makes up for my weaknesses in that way. Simultaneously, I also really admire his vocal abilities and his mixing abilities. I want to be half as cool as him, especially with mixing. We have Mr. Zielgin Joka. I feel like I really clicked with him early on. I think we have a lot of interests in common, especially. We like a lot of the same cozy games, for example, so I really look forward to the chance to play some with him in the future. And he's very, very, he's very sweet in the sense that if something troubles me and I don't say anything because I don't know yet that it's really troubling me, he's the one to reach out and be like, hey, how'd you feel about this? And I'm like, oh, actually, I didn't really like that. He's like, yeah, I had a feeling. How do you want to fix this, right? And I don't know, I really appreciate that about him. He's very, very, proactive is the word I'd use. He's very proactive. That's the best word. He's proactive in reaching out and making sure that everything's cool. And he's similarly to Frio, he's very considerate of things, right? Likewise, I also really, really respect and admire his talents, his skills as a musician. I'm honestly floored. I feel like I won the lottery big time to be here with him. Gotta work like 10 times harder to keep up, honestly. I just think he's so legendary. I admire Zeal so much. He is a cherished member of By the Beat for me.